And we're going to get started in a few minutes. Let a couple other folks get on here. I do have everyone coming in as muted, but you have the option of unmuting. I think we'll have a small enough group that we could do some back and forth Q&As or use the chat function, whatever works best for you guys. But we'll get started in about 3 or 4 minutes. I love that a few of you are brave enough to put on your webcams. Means you got dressed today on quarantine day 974.
Jacob?
Yes.
Is that your home? Do you have the wine racks in your home, or is that in the background?
I am in my 4-year-old son's bedroom right now, so it does
Oh,
not look
gotcha.
anything like that. That is a background featuring the products we're going to do today. I'm hiding away from screaming toddlers, and I have one wild animal in this room, and hopefully most of the distractions will be limited.
Yeah. It would look good in your home.
Yeah, if this was my home, it would look fantastic. There's a rocket ship behind me on the real wall.
I know, I needed something better for mine.
We will happily send any and all of you guys awesome custom Zoom backgrounds if you just want to feature vintage you behind you whenever you're talking to any of your clients. We're happy to provide that service.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you for inviting.
Absolutely. I feel like we need a soundtrack behind this to get like some hype music going. That'll be the next iteration when we relaunch more products next month.
Stop coming out with new products. I can't believe I'm saying that, Jacob, but I can't keep up at this point.
We've got a couple of things for the rest of the year, and then we will be slowing down into 2021 as we focus on getting all of these great products fully into the market. So we will sort of stop-ish.
I'm just kidding. I would like you guys to expand on the shelves, though. I think those are fantastic.
We will be having announcements on shelves for the W Series and Wine Wall probably about 4 weeks.
Nice. Yeah, I love those new brackets.
All right, we'll give everyone 1 more minute and then we'll pop in to the presentation, which we're recording. So you can, we'll send out this link to you guys afterwards. So if any of your colleagues want to watch, if you just want to see me over and over again, I understand that and like to provide that service for everybody. All right, so it's 3 o'clock. So in the interest of everyone's time, we're going to get started. My name is Jacob Harkins. I'm the Vice President of Global Marketing for Vintage U Wine Storage Systems. I did put everybody on mute just for background noise. We've got a group of, looks like a dozen people on here. So if you do have a question, feel free to pop into the chat or you can unmute yourself and speak up. Anything that doesn't get covered here or if questions pop up afterward, myself or any of my colleagues would be happy to answer those for you. This is a trial run. We invited some of our favorite clientele to a private preview launch. This is the first time in Vintage U history we're doing a live launch, trying to do our best to be like, you know, Apple and have that whole song and dance. We drew 12 people and no press clipping, so we're a little bit short in the national hype on that, but we're doing our best on that. So today we are really excited to launch the Vino Series Flex. This is a new product that will be going live to the public on September 1st. We've got lots of resources that we're happy to give you guys in advance. So if you have any questions or haven't seen the stuff in emails ahead of time, please let us know and we'll get you images, product descriptions, price sheets, and all that stuff before the public gets them. So why is this a cool product? So the Vino Series Flex is very simply number 4 in terms of ways that we can mount our Vino pins and Vino rails. So the Vino pins and Vino rails are our peg system that we launched in 2015. And over the last 5 years, they have become the leader in the peg industry in terms of kind of that really modern, contemporary, designy focus for wine displays and commercial and residential projects. We say number 4, it's possibly the last, but no guarantees that we don't come up with another framing system for the Vino pins, but this is the 4th unique way you can take our Vino pins and Vino rails and specify them into your projects, both small and large. So it's joining the pins and rails on their own that were the first and most trusted way to go directly into drywall and other wall surfaces. So you're by the peg allotment. Joins the Vino Series Post system, which was launched in January of 2020, which is our slim floor to ceiling mount that allows us to go up against glass and go up to 10 feet tall and floor to ceiling. And then the Vino Series panel, which is our high-end acrylic custom wall that will actually be launching in a kitted version later in the year. So number 4, the way we look at this is it's not a new product. It's just another way that we are taking the Vino pins and Vino rails and putting the trust and design acumen of Vintage behind it. So what is the value of anything that Vintage does? We do our best to offer and be the leader in just design aesthetics, the beautiful things that make wine cellar projects both form and function. We back that. So back this product that we're going to be discussing today and everything we do with a quality guarantee. So everything is backed by a lifetime warranty. Anyone who's worked with us long enough and knows Rachel Jensen, who's our Chief Operating Officer, she does everything she can to break these wine racks before we put them into production. And she does break them several times over and over and over again before we get it right. So we know these are going to be every bit as trusted and valuable. Everything that we get, once we get from our factory, we do a 15-point inspection to make sure that they live up to the quality that we envisioned. So you can specify these to your clients, whether it's an e-commerce customer or a mega build for a high-end residential commercial, that these are going to be the best on the market. And then of course, we do everything we can with hopefully the best service in the industry, whether it's trainings like this, webinars, consultation, a warm smile on the other end of the phone if we mess up, great fulfillment and all that stuff. So you're going to get these quickly and with great service. So, you can trust that you're going to have a great experience with us. And if anything ever goes awry, we know we're not perfect, but we're going to do our damn best to make sure that we make it right. So that's what's going to happen, the value of this product in every product that we go forward. So the purpose of the Vino Series Flex, which is a simple wall mounting system for the Vino rails and Vino pins, is threefold. One, it simply creates a new aesthetic value, right? So it's just something a little bit different, another choice that people can decide to specify and to look at depending on what they want, right, in their visuals. It creates more installation and design flexibility. These things can go into a lot of different arrangements and really get us thinking about the Vino pins in a new way. So just a lot of flexibility to meet your client needs. And then lastly, and perhaps most importantly, or more importantly, is this speeds up wall mounted installations. If you've ever been one of the actual end users, whether you're an installer yourself or worked with the installation of the Vino pins and Vino rails, they often could take a lot of time to install because it's 2 mounting hole points, potentially for every bottle of storage that you're installing. And so there's a lot of alignment and drilling that can go along with that. This essentially takes away that and uses the same installation of our principles of our W series column racking. And so you're looking at 6 unique drilling points for mounting up to 27 bottles. So we can really speed that up, make the alignment a lot easier, and give a new aesthetic value to the Vino pins and Vino rails. So the basics of this is a steel mounting strip. So the Vino pins and Vino rails themselves are lightweight aluminum, which allow us to do a lot of the direct to drywall mounting and that. But the steel mounting strip is going to give it the rigidity and use the sheer weight that we use in our W series to give this just killer stability. They hold 9 Vino pins or Vino rail bases, and you have choice of depths on the Vino pins for different bottle counts. And we can install these on angles up to 45 degrees. So again, lots of visual aesthetic diversity for your client needs. As with everything in our Vino series, this comes in an industry best 5 finish options. So you can specify these in matte black, gloss black, gunmetal, golden bronze, and what we call our standard two-tone, which is our milled aluminum silver pins and a matte black finish. And we have some non-standard options that we'll talk about in a little bit. These come with everything you need to assemble and install direct to drywall or wood mounting. So this is a very complete kit that is just easy for you to use, whether you're the one overseeing the actual installation process, or if you're shipping it in an e-commerce style transaction, you know that your clients and customers will be able to install this easily. Rachel, our COO, she, if you look at installing 18 Vino pins or 9 Vino pins double deep, that could take a typical installer an hour to an hour and a half. In the Vino Series Flex system, it's down to about 15 minutes for a column, so it really can speed that up. The Vino Series Flex comes in one standard size. It's 45 inches tall. We can customize that following our simple cutting guide. So there's a fee and a small fee and a lead time that applies, but we can cut these at 5-inch intervals for you. So you can create stuff like this on the wall where you have a 3-bottle section, a 5-bottle section, a 7-bottle section. We're really there to meet your custom needs and ceiling heights and project needs. So lots of options there. In terms of the bottle capacity, the label forward Vino pins, which rely on our patented neck and base advantage, those come in a 9-bottle version, or you can go double and triple deep for either 18 bottles of storage or 27 bottles of storage. Our Vino rails, the cork forward version, comes in 9 bottles. Now with these systems, you can also use our Magnum pieces. So you can go up to 2 bottles deep for label forward with the Magnum. You would just space the columns a little bit wider, the 1 inch wider, to accommodate the wider bottles there. And you can use our Vino rails Magnums as well. You would just, again, when installing, you would space the mounting strips a little bit wider to meet the width of that bottle. So lots of opportunity for Magnum, standard champagne bottles, etc. So not just standard 750s. It's a very simple system to put together. It's 2 basic components. The actual flex mounting strip comes in option A, which is for our Vino pins, so the label forward, which will have an offset assembly holes to accommodate the sideways bottle on that right angle, or the Vino rails version, which comes with mounting holes that are equal on both strips, so that it keeps the bottle nice and flush. And then the other component is the actual Vino Series wine racks, either Vino Series pins or Vino pins or Vino rails for label or cork forward. We're going to touch on this a little bit more, but the flex columns can be installed into a lot of our other framing systems. You can put them onto our W Series frames, and you can put them onto the Vino Series post system. There'll be some considerations over matching finishes and or matching widths, and I'll discuss that in a little bit. This is primarily a wall-mounted system, but it integrates well into all of our framing systems. We say here, actually, I'll get to this in a second. So the mounting strips themselves, neck and base for the Vino pins, the assembly holes are offset by 5/8 of an inch, and that accommodates the slightly different height of the neck piece to the base piece. And as I mentioned, the Vino rails are flush. So the Vino pins themselves, so these are sold, typically are going to be sold as complete kits. You don't have to think about these components. And if you're looking into SKU taxonomy, and if you don't really want to memorize the SKUs, we'll always walk you through this. But if you see the VR for Vino rails, VP for Vino pins, Flex with a number, that's a complete kit. And that just signifies the bottle depth, 1 deep, 2 deep, 3 deep, and then the finish. This is how we anticipate selling probably 98% of everything we do. You would order a la carte in a couple of different situations. Situation 1 would be you want to do a non-standard finish. So the 2-tone that we sell as standard is our matte black mounting strip with the silver pins. If you wanted to do gold pin, the gold and bronze pins, or our gunmetal pins and break from that, you would order them a la carte, and you would order a VP or VR Flex without a number, and that's just the strip. And then we would also sell then the actual Vino pins or rails themselves in our bulk codes without wall mounting hardware. So we can do that very simply. The other time you would order this a la carte is if you're cutting down to fit a specific height and don't need all 9 sets of Vino pins or Vino rails. So that would be another option. The other time the third instance where you would order a la carte is a lot of our clients want to spread the Vino pins or Vino rails out more than 5 inches. So, you know, you can do 10-inch spaces and not use every single hole. We would sell you those a la carte so that you would get the right number of Vino pins or Vino rails. And we could also do a custom solution to cover those assembly holes for you. So lots of options there. Primarily, we see most people just ordering the VP Flex 1, 2, or 3 in the standard finish options and getting everything they need in that. As we mentioned, just like all of our wall-mounted wine racks, everything's included that you need to mount to the wall. So we're gonna have drywall and wood mounting holes, mounting screws that will line up with the 3 mounting holes on each strip. We'll give you all of the M6 hardware to assemble the Vino pins and the Vino rails to that. These come with plated mounting hole covers, standard for those 3 mounting holes on each strip. We can provide more of those with a custom drill request if you want to fill in any of the unused assembly points for if you're going to stagger your Vino pins or Vino rails every 10 inches as opposed to every 5 inches. But everything else is included in there. Please note that when you get the Vino pins or Vino rails in it, they do not come with any mounting hardware direct to the wall for that piece. All the hardware is predicated on using the Vino Series Flex mounting strip. The finishes. If you're unfamiliar with the Vino series, it comes in 6 different finishes. We cover 5 here. So matte black. This is a brand new finish in the Vino series. This is the same black that you will see in our W series, our Case and Create, our Evolution Wine Rack. This is what you want to do if you want to match everything. We just launched this about a month ago. Really chic, really the trendy black to use, and it matches everything really well. The next color that we use in this is the gloss black. This is the original black that we used in the Vino series. This does not match the other blacks. It's got a little bit of sheen to it. It's a little bit bolder. It's a little bit more of a statement piece. And while it doesn't match our flat blacks in the other lines, it really plays well off any of the other colors. So this looks great with brushed nickel if you were integrating this with some of our W series racking. So you can play a lot off that kind of stainless steel look with a shiny black. A note on the blacks, if you've been working with us for a while, we're in the process of streamlining the names. So anytime we refer to matte black across any of our lines, that is the same as satin black. Satin black and matte black are the same. We're slowly transitioning all the naming to be matte black, just to be a little bit more descriptive of that, so that people can understand that the gloss black has a shine to it. Everything else is matte or flat black. But everything's the same. If you ask us for satin black, you're going to get matte black, vice versa. They're the same. And then the gloss black in the Vino series is a little bit shinier. We offer gunmetal. This is kind of a dark and seductive finish. I love this one a lot. This is kind of understated in terms of it's a premium finish. It's got a little bit more pizzazz than just a flat black, but it's not so bold that it's going to steal the show. Some people want a lot of flash, and some people want some sort of level of flash in between. This is the finish for them. It's a nice medium between kind of a chrome and our black finishes. This is something that we feel is not going to fade from the design discussion. Gunmetal has been a very, very popular finish in kitchen and design hardware for a long, long time, and we envision this really staying relevant for years, if not decades to come. And then there's gold and bronze. This is, I've also heard this referred to as hipster bronze, which if I had heard that before, I might have pushed hard to call it hipster bronze just because I like pretending that I'm a hipster. This is a happy medium between gold and bronze, right? So this is the answer when your clients ask for gold or brass or bronze. And what I like about this is because it kind of blends those together, it's going to have a little bit more of a timeless feel to it than some of the other more gold or more bronze finishes. So we feel like a lot that you can really take advantage of the trends today in these hardware colors and not really have that risk of it going out of style. We worked really hard with the design community to find the right hue so we would get a great finish that's relevant today and will be relevant tomorrow. And then the two-tone standard look, which is our silver pins or silver rails with the flat black finish. The two-tone also looks great when you want to bring non-standard. One of my favorites is using our golden bronze pins on our matte black. This is great for people who like the golden bronze, but think that doing golden bronze in the framing systems and the pins is a little too much. You can play with that as well. The installation, as I mentioned before, one of the driving purposes of this was to really simplify Vino Pins installation for a do-it-yourselfer who didn't want to drill 20 holes in the wall, as well as to think about how to line up these free-floating pins. This is really simple. If you've installed our W Series wine racks before, it's the same process with just a little bit more assembly, getting the pins themselves onto the actual strip themselves. The only caveat to that being when you start to play with angles, it provides just a little bit more of a unique challenge in laying out the walls. But it could be, you can put essentially bring in a speed square or protractor to get your right angles up to 45 degrees. And the way that you'll make sure that your two mounting strips are aligned properly is really simple. You're going to set your first mounting strip at the proper angle, 45 degrees, 35 degrees, 25 degrees, whatever you choose. And then to align the next one over, you're going to use the mounting holes themselves as your reference point. So on the Vino Pins, you go 7.5 inches over to where the next strip would be, 2.5 inches for the Vino rails. And you'll align that using a measuring tape to 7.5 inches with your level. And on the Vino Pins, you're going to offset by 5/8 of an inch to accommodate for the neck and base piece. So the neck piece itself would be 5/8 of an inch lower than standard flush. So that would be the accommodation there. If you do them exactly flush, still going to look great, still going to work great. You're just going to, the way that the actual pins align, have to bring in bottles from the side to get them into the rack. We're going to have a video that shows that a little bit more visually, just to let people know. But that 5/8 inch offset will get us the desired angle of the bottle. A couple of common questions that we envision and kind of entering our FAQs. And these are just based on the things that come up with a lot of our other wall mounted stuff. So customer has an uneven stone wall, can this work on here? You can install this onto like that faux rock wall or something with variations up to 1/8 of an inch, just like our other standard wall mounted options. Anything more than that 1/8 of an inch, you're gonna have to go to a framing system. And I'll talk about those in a second. So the framing systems, this is considered a wall mounted product, but someone might want to, for a variety of reasons, take this off the wall. Now your options are, you can use a W Series frame, which is set to standard 7.5 inch for your standard bottles, and can go to 10 or 12 feet tall in our standard sizes. The caveat on this being, matte black is the only matching finish. Everything else will be a two-tone as long as you're okay with that. This will be great if you like the look of this, but want to pop it off the wall because the stone itself is uneven, or you don't want to drill into walls at all, etc. All the same reasons we use our normal framing systems. That would be your most cost-effective way to put this on a frame. You can also use the Vino Series post itself. The caveat being on that, you'll have matching finishes to this. All the same finishes are offered, but the Vino Series post is a 1/2 inch wider than the strip behind here. The Vino Series Flex is 1 inch wide, the mounting strip, and the Vino Series post is 1.5 inches. But you can certainly do 2 of those posts and come up with a lot of creative solutions to installation. The great thing about that is with our accessories, you can put these on a 45-degree angle, and you can do all those fun things as well. So we have a lot of options to that. We still envision that most of the time when people want something on a frame or a post, they're going to use our other systems that are more designed for that, but we have that option here if your client likes the way this looks, likes the way it installs, and they want to bring it off the wall. Then of course, someone's going to need a 25-inch section or a 35-inch section. And just like our W Series, we can cut to fit the heights of these and re-drill mounting holes as we always do to make this a perfect out the door solution for your clients. Kind of like this image here, you've got a 3 bottle section tall height on that angle right above a standard section, so we can do all those cuts for you. So we have nominal cutting fees and lead times will apply to that, but we can cut those in 5-inch increments and they look fantastic. And then just to round this out, so we just spent the last 20 some odd minutes talking about the Vino Series Flex, which is the 4th unique mounting piece. So just as a little refresher, the mounting options, of course, we go right to the wall, but the post system itself, we launched this slim steel post system, the Vino Series post system, in January of 2020. This has literally been one of the best product launches we've ever had. We sold out of this as quickly as we could bring it in for the first 4 or 5 months. We're finally now catching up to demand with production. This is a 10-foot tall steel frame with a mounting plate that allows us to space bottles out every 5 inches or more, depending on your needs. And it is really sleek and durable and great looking. And then there's the Vino Series panel, which is right now a custom acrylic frame system with steel frames, acrylic in the middle, and then Vino pins or Vino rails in your choice of alignment. We are working on finalizing a standard kit option, so we'll have these ready to ship for you if you don't want the customization, and they will be complete with LED lighting system in there that are going to be really, really great. And we expect to make a final announcement on that in Q4 of this year. So that wraps up today's training. I will open this up to questions and also leave you with this. We do monthly trainings that cover the W Series, the Vino Series, all the other products. We do a marketing seminar, how to consult and do a consultative sale for wine cellaring. We talk about active versus passive as well as design trends. All of our September trainings are live now at vintageU.com/get-trained. We can also do one-on-one trainings for your team. If you guys want to go over anything specific or try and get everything into a 1-hour block, just let us know how we can meet those needs for you, because as we go back to the value promise of our company, we want to provide the best designed products with the best quality and provide you guys the best service with everything we do. And part of that is making sure that you're comfortable, have the resources that you need, and feel confident that when you put Vintage U into your projects, that you're giving your customers the best that they can ask for. So with that, if anyone wants to either pop a question in chat or unmute, I'm here for a few more minutes, or you can bug us later on, phone, email, whatever works best for you. So any questions? I feel that means that was a perfect presentation. Then you guys are going to be off to the races selling this on September 1st. Is that affirmation there?
I really appreciate it, Jacob. I think that was a great presentation. I love the product. I'm really excited to try to sell it.
Thank you. We love to hear that. We know it's not the only system like this, but it is the best. So that's something that we can always put behind it.
Yeah.
Well, great. Then I'm going to end this. Make sure we will send you guys all the recording in this if you want to share it with your team members. Reach out to me, reach out to your rep. We're here for you. We want to make life easy, and we want to make wine cellar sales easy for you. So keep on doing what you're doing. We're so thankful for you guys in general, and we're so thankful for you guys taking 30 minutes today to learn about next week's big product release. And to Betsy's comment earlier, we promise to sort of maybe slow down on new products one day, but maybe not that soon.
Thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Bye.